my very first video. And what better video than my first one being on how I became a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I have this notebook because I did take some notes down so it doesn't be all over the place. So one of the very first reasons why I became a Philadelphia Eagles fan had a lot to do with the Kelce brothers documentary. Jason and Travis Kelce. One reason why I was really into sports was because of my husband. When we first started dating, he really loved Kobe Bryant. So I was the type of person who could just jump into whatever he's watching and really be interested in it. Also, after being such a huge Laker fan and Kobe fan, I really liked to admire athletes outside of their sport. So it was just really fascinating. You know, two brothers in the NFL, one played for the Chiefs, the other played for the Eagles. So that is really the birth of how I accidentally became an Eagles fan. I really need to go back and pull up when that documentary aired, because even though I watched that documentary and I enjoyed it so much, I honestly did not become a fan until probably a fan right away. I was watching the documentary. I really took a liking to Jason. I don't know why. It was really funny. If I was in high school, I was actually really shy and I had a lot of anxiety. So a lot of popular guys probably would have never said anything to them. So I always used to joke that Jason would be like my friend in language arts. If we did a group assignment together, he would just be somebody that I would probably get along better with versus Travis, who's, you know, really popular. So Jason is really relaxed and I just really love his personality. Not that I don't like Travis's, but if I had to pick the two brothers of who I would end up talking to in high school, it'll definitely be Jason. Now, I will say as time went on after I watched the documentary, I will once in a while every year just make a joke that I was an Eagles fan just to mock my husband since he was such a huge Pat Mahomes and Chiefs fan. So I did that for a few years and still never really became an Eagles fan. The reason why I may have accidentally became a Philadelphia Eagles fan is because of the movie Silver Linings Playbook with Bradley Cooper. That was one of our favorite go-to movies to watch. We were just eating a meal and we didn't really know what we wanted to watch right away. We would watch that movie. But as time went on, I never put together that, oh my goodness, they are obsessed with the Eagles. I recently found out a little bit over a year ago that Bradley Cooper is actually a real Eagles fan. So still, years have gone by. I watched the Kelce documentary. I've been watching the Silver Lining Playbook with Bradley Cooper, and I still never officially became a fan. But once again, as time went on, I still would jokingly tell my husband, "Go Eagles!" Had no idea that there was a saying such as "Go Birds" or anything like that. So years went on. Every once in a while, maybe twice a year, I just joke and say, "Yeah, I'm an Eagle fan, woohoo." And I went on about my life. Another reason why I accidentally, or maybe not, became a Philadelphia Eagles fan is because I forgot to add at the beginning of this video is that I love to find God in everything. So one evening I was doing some Bible study by myself and I came across the seven faithful churches. And when I read my Bible, or especially at that time, I was pretty much a 5-year-old just kind of just soaking up what I was reading. And turns out that Philadelphia, out of 2 of the 7 faithful churches, were the most faithful churches, like out of all of them. So when I saw Philadelphia, I was like, oh, okay. You know, just being a kid, I feel like I had a childlike response to seeing that Philadelphia was one of the faithful churches. Still did not truly become an Eagle fan then. Now here is where it really gets funny to me. So after realizing that Philadelphia was one of the faithful churches in the Bible, this was in November, maybe 2023. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. So real, genuine, diehard Eagles fans do not come from me. Around that time when I was doing that Bible study and found out that the Philadelphia Eagles was Philadelphia was one of the faithful churches, I believe the Eagles were on a winning streak. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know why I want to say they had won 7 games straight. I'm not sure. But see, that is just to explain to you how I didn't really know nothing about football. Wasn't really thinking about the Eagles like that. I just kind of had them sitting at the back of my head, but never still really thought that I would actually become a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So in my head, I remember kind of joking, and I remember saying, Philadelphia was one of the faithful churches in the Bible. Obviously, it's not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but that's just me being a child and I'm having a childlike response, okay? In the midst of that, I'm in my head, I feel like I don't know if I prayed it or said it, but at some point I did kind of say, God, what if the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl? Mind you, I don't understand football. I don't understand anything about playoffs. And then you get to the Super Bowl. I didn't even know who another football player was. Only person I knew of was Jason Kelce, and that was it. So November 2023, or during that fall season, still did not become a Philadelphia Eagles fan yet.